And we are off.
Patriot, someone who was willing to give his life for his country and served honorably in Iraq.
Signed our names with no regrets. Only wanted to be the best that we could be. And we wanted this and nothing more than to be true down to the core. We thought we'd live forever, but when the full moon is bright and the wind blows just right, I can hear your voice on the wind.
Even once that I came back on the perfect day, but you know what? It's really morbid. All these words I hear.
21 guns into the night till we meet again on the other side. 21 guns, this is goodbye till we meet again on the other side. Yeah, 21 guns.
Beautiful thing to see the family and friends come together and honor his life and his service to our country. It's great to see you guys out here. This is awesome, really.
Hey there, how's it going out there today? It is Valentine's Day. We're going to give you a few seconds here, and we want you to grab your friends, grab your family members, grab your dog, grab your cat, maybe a horse. You can bring a horse, and tune in with us. We're on Patriots Inside the Wire right now. We are actually doing something new tonight. So we are going on to TikTok. We are also going live through the station and streaming, which is what you normally will see when you're watching. If you are watching from Facebook or one of the social media platforms. So it is nice to see my screen. I cannot see all of you, but we have a co-host here tonight who is part of the show of Patriots Inside the Wire, and it is Mr. John Swat. How's it going, John?
Hey, how are you today? Happy Valentine's Day, Miss Tracy.
Aw, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. How was your day?
It was good, and also to everybody else out there, just want to wish. I know we've probably got a lot of listeners that are involved in this, but it's actually Ash Wednesday as well. So
Yes.
happy Ash Wednesday to everybody out there. We're starting the Lent season, which everybody out there is giving something up. Me myself, one of the things I gave up was ice cream, and it didn't really work out for me today because, of course, while I was at work, one of my coworkers, they brought in a huge thing of all those ice cream sandwiches and everything else. So I
Oh
regretted it the minute
no.
I regretted it the minute I did. But I know
You
a lot of
you
people out
picked
there
it.
celebrate. Hey,
Oh
you
my
know what?
gosh.
That was I guess that was the big guy's way of telling me it worked out for a reason. So there he is.
Hey,
Hey, what's going
hey, we
on?
got Jason in, man. What does that say, man? So Swat was just telling us, it's Ash Wednesday. So happy Valentine's Day, Jason, for everyone out there. This is Jason. I call him J Man. He is in production. He is in management. He is in, man, like you talk about graphics, there's a few words we can throw on in there, but he is a patriot. So when you watch Patriots Inside the Wire, so Patriots, I look at Jason. And we have a lot of patriots in this country that we are just grateful for you. Let's come together. Let's spread some kindness. It's Valentine's Day, so I'm not going to say anything but nice. For me, it is Gold Star Mom. So, really, it really is my son was serving in the army and he didn't take off his uniform. He didn't get to come home. So I lost my son. So yeah, I don't really go there. So we're going to skip to SWAT. So when I look at SWAT, because my SWAT, Army, right? So I can go there.
All the way. All
Ooh,
the
my
way.
country voice just came out really bad. For everyone listening, you know I'm from Tennessee and now in Texas. That's a mixture. That's what that is.
All right, I missed the first part. What's on your head? What's on your forehead, man?
Well,
Oh, it's Ash.
yeah. So
Oh,
Jason,
from Ash Wednesday. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
let's say a lot of people out there know it's Ash Wednesday. They're celebrating that as well as Valentine's Day. So hopefully nobody gave up love for Lent, but we're all just it's a big day to celebrate, and I'm just glad to see you again. It's good to see you, my friend. This man right here is a digital dynamo, and he has helped out put together the opening video and the closing video for the podcast.
Yeah.
So, you guys, this man right here, he knows what he's doing, and of course, he's the CEO of Sergeant Records as well. So, Jason, really, it's great to see you again, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate
hey,
it. Good to see you.
I gotta say something real quick for you, Jason. SWAT, awesome. Can't believe the people came in with the ice cream. I would have done it too. Okay. No, I mean, I can't, man. It's ice cream, right? So,
One of
Army,
the things I gave up, Jason, for Lent was ice cream, and I was just telling
yes.
Miss Tracy and everybody out
Oh,
there. Yeah, what you know what? It's not that big a deal, except for the fact that, of course, the day I give it up, one of my coworkers brings in a huge thing of those ice cream cones and ice cream
yeah.
sandwiches and everything. So it was torture for me the first
Are
day.
you sure you just couldn't say I'll start tomorrow? Are you sure?
I tried, but I thought, you know what? It's all about self-discipline. So today I had to
You
fight
got
it back.
tested.
But you know what? Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I've been saying that every Monday since the first of the year. You know what? So, my birthday's Saturday, and I am making myself do it for health. So, hey, I got God, I got Jesus, I got all that in me, right? Like, I don't have to go to a building, I don't have to do certain things, but in my head, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, I can be sitting right now talking to you, and I'm telling you, I got a verse in my head. And that's me, man. It's got to be me. It doesn't have to be everyone else. I prefer to be around like minded individuals. But hey, I'm all about free speech, right? That's what we serve for. So I want everybody out there. And that's why when I pointed and I said, Patriot, Jason, you got your veteran right there. You got SWAT who's serving. And then you got a Gold Star mom. And we are the people that don't have our veterans. So when we have a veteran and we have a Patriot read, hey, Mr. SWAT, I saw Mr. SWAT. That's the legend.
That's the man
That,
himself. That's the big guy
hey,
who,
I just
yeah.
pointed. Look, I'm backwards, y'all. Yeah, that was legendary. Hi, Mr. SWAT. I feel like I'm on the Brady Bunch. Man, it is Valentine's Day, right? It is Valentine's Day. Here we are. And I put it out and I was like, when y'all see me doing this, oh man, that looks like a pageant wave. Take it back, roll back, roll back. This is live, sorry. I can't roll back. That was Miss Opryland. You're welcome. Thank you. I did my job. Thanks.
Years of duty.
I,
Years of
I
duty. Carpal
someone has
tunnel
found
on its way.
out. No, I really haven't done that in a long time, and I haven't wanted to, and I didn't want people to know, but I got a message that was, so you're back. I'm like, "Mm, do I say yes or no?" Long story short, everybody, it's in Tennessee. It is Opryland. It used to be a theme park, and now it's a beautiful, beautiful hotel in Tennessee. I grew up there. I literally practically lived at the Grand Ole Opry. And when I say that, I mean the back alley, real Grand Ole Opry. So where you got Dolly, you got Johnny Cash, and you got my grandma. Um, so my son is named Cash for a reason, but yeah, let's just get past that one. But anyway, a lot of people are figuring out some secrets. And you know what? What I want everyone to know is Happy Valentine's Day. The only title I need I might even change that one. It's mom, and God. There's me. 2 words. So I don't care to do the miss whatever. I'm going to just stop that sentence and ask you. I put out best versus worst. And you know where I'm going with this. Give me some comments, people. Come on. You're leaving me hanging. Who we got? Aw. Hey. Hey, Brent. Oh, no, it's Brent. Brent, Canada. What is your worst or best dating experience? Let's get some people in.
Let's draw straws. He's shaking his head. Let's draw straws.
I'm not going first. So,
Okay,
Ash.
I'll throw myself on the sword.
Okay.
Worst dating experience. Okay, I'll start off with the worst because you always want to do the worst before you do the best. I would say the worst dating experience was while I was actually in the Army. We had actually gone on a double date, me and one of my battle buddies. And anyway,
At Fort Stewart?
it was right at Fort Stewart. We were actually in Savannah, and we actually went out with these 2 young ladies, and they were very nice, sweet young ladies. But anyway, I actually overheard. We were sitting there playing pool, and I don't think I was supposed to hear this, but I overheard my battle buddy's date lean over to him and say, "You brought the wrong one." And they were talking about me, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Come to
What?
find out, they had been talking on the phone, and the person they heard in the background was my other friend, but they thought it was me. And so when I showed up, the girl that I was on the date with, she was not too happy. And not that we didn't get along, we got along great, but it was just kind of funny. I don't think I was supposed to overhear that part. And that was probably one of the funniest things I've ever heard. But she just leaned into my buddy and said, "You brought the wrong one." So
Oh,
needless to say,
dude. SWAT.
that night I was the wrong one.
SWAT, man. I got to say this. I've had a lot of experience running the different, literally organizations, and that would be active duty, military moms in Texas, military moms in Tennessee. And there's a lot of good organizations out there. One of the biggest calls I get nonstop when they're active duty, the girls around the base, and what happens to their kid or their brother or their whatever, and like, what are they supposed to do now? It's like, I'm not kidding. I don't know if I call it a zoo. This is why I think our military police need to be right. If you're in a county near the base, I really do believe we need an MP around that area, but it's for us from some of those civilians, man. It's like, not everybody, hey, Jeremy, how's it going, man? We want to hear your best or worst date. But hey, I know Stuart well, and look, I wasn't there 5 years fighting for no reason. So, I am lucky that I am on great terms with the military. I loved his colonel. Shout out to everyone out there that has served or is serving right now. By the way, those that are abroad, our troops right now, happy Valentine's Day to you. We hope that you're able to listen, even if it's not right now, maybe later, and hopefully give you a laugh or two and some music. So I always go to that. But dude, the bases, like, never, ever. Everybody's listening. You just joined. Ty, you're one of them. Stay away. Like, go a couple towns over. Do something. Like, just be careful, man. Like, and you know what? These days, like, look, Jeremy's like, hi. You're so great. He's always like present and wonderful. Oh, thank you, Brent. He says, thank you for your service. What? Okay,
Thank you, my
Jeremy,
friend.
Brent. Jeremy and Brent, you threw yourselves out there. You're on X right now. X means social media, people, not a drug. It used to be Twitter. Now it's X. You can go there in a space and talk to people on audio. But right now, I am streaming. So he can see us and we can see him. Correct, Brent? You can send us a message. Brent put out a tweet. It's not even called that yet. It's repost. Put out a repost. Best or worst date? And let me know what you get, buddy. Nice to see you on X there. Thanks for joining us. We have, okay, yeah, wow. I'm not able to hide my emotions very well today when I see something. It's not Brent. Brent's wonderful. I'm skipping that comment. Jason.
You're up,
You know it.
Jason.
You
Hey,
know it.
I'll tell you what. Since I did worst, you do best. How about that?
Well, I think
That's
you should
easier.
both do both. Right? Right?
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, why not?
Well,
Jason, you're up to bat.
I got more bad than good.
You and
Okay.
me both.
So,
All right.
so the let's see, which one will I do? I guess I'll do the best.
Which-
I'll do the best. I'll save the worst for later because it's a. I got a couple of them. They're both really good stories, but I got to pick one. So I got to think about it, which one I want to tell to the world. So, best
Yeah.
date. So this is it's random. So this is so a buddy of mine and I we were good friends, early 20s, and we went to the gun range. And this is one of the first times I went to an indoor gun range, and I think it's like the second or third time. And somewhere, I mean, it was off the beaten path. It was a little hole in the wall, and so we go in there, and there's these three dudes and this chick sitting there. Then they were shooting, and she kind of looked at me, and I just kept walking. There's three dudes, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm sitting there, and my buddy goes, "Man, is she staring at you? You know her?" I said, "No." And I kind of looked over, and sure enough, she's looking at me. I said, "All right." I said, "Man," it's like, dude, she gonna get my butt kicked, you know, just looking at me. One of those guys will get mad, right? So I've been in that situation before. Like, the girl's looking at me. What am I gonna do? So we go to leave, and she actually stopped me on the way out and asked me for my number. I said, "Okay." And she was going to I think going to reserves soon or something like that. She was going to something. Anyway, so we chatted a little bit. Like, I literally just met her this day. Okay. So we made a plan to meet up later that night. I said, "All right." So I go pick her up or meet somewhere. I forgot exactly what happened. I think I picked her up somewhere. We go to the movie, and before we get out of the truck, she, like, you know, when we get out of the truck, she's telling me, like, "You open my door." Okay. So I go open her door, which I was going to anyway, but, you know, I like being told sometimes. It's easier for the guys when you just tell them. So I go open the door, get out, and start walking, and she just reached over and grabbed my hand. We holding hands. It's like, okay, this is cool. Watch the movie, every gentleman, you know, and at the end, like, it's like you can kiss me. It's like, okay. So, you know, so kissed, and then we got back in the truck, and then I don't know if we went to dinner or not, but after that, I mean, I never heard from her again. But nothing happened. I just dropped her off. But that was the best date I ever had because there was no expectations. There was no awkwardness. It was just two people going to hang out, and it was such a different experience than I'm used to. Usually, you're trying to gauge each other and figure everybody out. Man, it was super easy. So it was like I kind of wish she stuck around a little bit, see where it went. But, you know, it was cool though, and that's, to me, any lessons for the ladies out there to a guy's heart, just tell them what you want up front. You know, it's easier, and it was cool. So it was very nice not to have to guess. So that was it's kind of odd, but that was my best date.
Nice. Miss Tracy, you're up.
Well, here we go. We are live on TikTok again, y'all, and like SWAT songs just came on like blaring, and I'm gonna post it, but not live. Okay. We're on live. Here we've got Brent. Thank you for that, Brent. Hey, Rev, how are you doing? Come on, Brent. You're amazing. Yes, of course he is. He's coming in on X, man. I was running that before Twitter switched names. And yes, I do mean social media. And then Jeremy, you know, I just saw that when he was talking. I'm sorry, Jason, if I seemed preoccupied. Jeremy, you're always so great, and you're always there. I want to tell you thank you for your service. And you know what? There isn't a disability out there that should have someone go, "No, I don't want to go with that person." So I really feel like you got to go with your heart. You got to really go with the person. I know when we're younger, it may not seem that way, but do not let anyone make you feel like that. So, Jeremy, thank you for your service. And I just wanted to recognize you. Definitely. And then we have Mr. Chris Turner.
Hey.
All right, family man. You're saying family to Tracy. Talking on the phone today. Mr. Family's got a link. Get your butt on here. Bring your.
Almost.
Never mind. No, No family show. It's Valentine's Day. But yes, it is nice to see you, Mr. Chris Turner. You've got a link. Come on, man. Jason, send him the link. There you go.
No, he
That's your
has it.
guy right there, by the way, Chris. Jason, that's Chris. Chris, that's Jason live in the flesh. And SWAT. So Chris Turner, by the way, everyone who's listening right now, is a singer. He is a Marine. You can't say former. He has put in his dues when it comes to singing, serving, you name it. He's on the Nashville scene, but he goes all over. He is part of the Stop 22 tour. We had quite a conversation that, you know what, we'll just have to do a show on it. So, Chris, welcome to the show. Welcome to the family. So nice to have you. And you know what? For everyone out there you're just sending these messages, I can't even keep up. You're just being so kind. So we thank you very much from Patriots Inside the Wire. To me, we got a team right here. And like I was saying, I just go like this. Why did I name it Patriots Inside the Wire? Well, I noticed a gap and there is a disconnect. So I really would love it. I'd love to have the Patriots come along with us. When I say us, I mean families of those that have served or those that are serving now or have served. And that's your veterans. And the veterans that are out there, then you have what's called a Gold Star family. So a Gold Star family means they did not choose to take off that uniform. The reason I repeat myself is because I'm telling you just today, I'm checking in. My son, I had a heck of a day at his specialist. He's good. Thank you, God. She said, what's that gold thing? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I saw the Marine sign. So there you are, Chris. I saw a Marine sticker on her window. So I thought, she probably knows or she probably doesn't. I was probably, oh, you know what? I've got on my Army thing still. Okay, that's why. Look, I'm not dingy, y'all. I am just like, I overstretch myself. So I need to learn when to take a breath. And we're not going to do a 2-hour show. So, Jay, watch that clock. SWAT, watch the clock. SWAT's got our music.
I think what you're doing is you're avoiding the question that you asked.
Oh,
both of us.
yeah.
So that's what I think you're doing.
Hey, we're only 17 minutes in on TikTok, and I have big hearts that I can't get to go away above my head. So, now, I don't know, man. Like, if anybody wants to reach out, not anybody. Hold on. Like, I have not done TikTok live while I'm doing the show. We're gonna focus on the show, and
Tracy's going to answer the question. So give us a best or worst. You get to pick. You made us do it.
What would be the worst?
Or the best, or the most unique.
I got a unique one.
Yeah. There you
go. Man, I'm gonna get myself in trouble here.
You don't have to name names.
Okay, the one that stands out a lot has to do when I was doing Miss Opryland and I was dating. And as I was dating and I haven't dated a lot of people, y'all. Like, I mean, I got married young. I did my best to be a good mom, good wife, take care of everything and work, you name it. So for all the people, the lovers out there that you have, I tried my best. But I showed up, Jason, and I went to where I was supposed to go. And yeah, I can't tell the worst, man. So I'm going to go with this. So I'm walking out of the parking lot. And so Nashville, right? Opryland Hotel now is different. It is very bougie. It is expensive, a lot more than when I'm talking about. It was expensive then, man. I snuck in literally. Like, I feel bad for saying that. I'm not even Catholic. I'm just all about God. But like, don't get me for sneaking in. And the guy comes up in the parking lot to the other guy. And next thing I know, he's knocked out. And I'm like, whoa, what is happening here? Like, what's going on? Like, all of you go away. Like, both of you are being ridiculous. Like, I need to get out of here. And if I got into the rest of the story, my dad ended up driving from Florida to Tennessee to go find the one. And when he found the one, you got to remember something. I came from the kind of stock. There he is. Hey, how's it going? Hey, we
No.
are doing. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Ooh, look at you. Nice to
Yeah.
see you, Mr.
It's good to
Chris
see y'all
Turner.
too.
He is in the flesh. Look,
Hey,
that's my boy SWAT. Now, SWAT, you got it. You'll hear his music in a little bit. SWAT, this is Chris Turner. He does a lot of Stop 22, the Stop 22 tour. Everybody that's listening out there, X, TikTok, I got them all going. Okay, we're on the radio. We're we're streaming. Turner, like Chris, you're in a big old swirl right now. Okay, you're
a
on
lot of
Valentine's
love.
Day.
There's a lot of love going around.
So
I was just gonna pop in and see the show, man. And I was just like, well, you need to come
perfect.
on. You got a link. And then I looked back and I was like, I do have a link. I need to check it
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
told you. All
I
right,
talked
So
to
and
Jason today, but John, it's good to meet you, man. I've heard a lot about you, man. It's the pleasure's mine, brother.
Hey, you know what? You too. Tracy's told me a lot about you, of course, and just thank you for what you do. And you know what? Congratulations on all the music, man.
No, yeah, I appreciate it, man. You know, the biggest thing is like, I sit there and I tell everybody these Stop 22 events that we do is like, we're never going to stop 22, man. But Jason asked me earlier today is like, what's your end goal? And I didn't even tell you this, Jason. My end goal is if I can stop one, then I did my job. Because there was one that I couldn't stop and I found him and it was really, really hard.
mm,
So,
well,
and that's about me serving
beautiful.
outside of the uniform. So, yeah.
Yes,
man,
So
that's
sir.
we
tough.
You
we
know,
just we go around and we spread the love and do our thing, man. And if people love it, great. If not, they can kiss my ass. I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. That's what I do.
we are okay. We aren't regulated right now, so we are doing good. It's good to have you, Chris, flesh in person right now.
Yeah, it's
Chris
good
is
to be
out
here.
there where
Thank
I'm
you.
from. So Chris is out there where I'm from. We were talking about the good old days. Like they don't know the good old days of Opryland. Do you remember that, Chris?
No, I
Opryland
don't
used to be a
remember it, but
theme park.
I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I've been here for
Yeah, it was
almost
cool.
14 years, but I can tell you one thing. I know the Nashville that I moved to is not the Nashville I know. It is
No.
completely different. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're exactly right about that. But I'm glad to have you, everybody out there. This is Chris Turner. Chris Turner plays. He not only does the Stop 22 tour, he does a lot actually. He's got a gig. He's going. But check out his music. It's Chris Turner. Chris, you've got a yes, you do a website. It is christurnermusic.com. Y'all go check him out. Every time you click for an artist, I always like to say this. Remember this. Please spread it. When you click for an artist and we're in the digital world, you go to their page, you go to their Spotify, you go to YouTube. That's how you can help your artists. So now you've got artists, veterans. I was kind of going through this whole thing of, I didn't finish. So why Patriots Inside the Wire? So a veteran would understand the Inside the Wire. And I decided Patriots because I really wanted to pull in that group of patriots that just want to like belong and like pull things together and get this whole country actually back on that road where it's like, we all have a heartbeat. Let's spread some kindness. Chris, you mentioned something close to my heart. Not only did you know, so we have 22 a day that is with our veterans, and it's extremely sad it's never happened. Did you know right now 22 a day of our farmers, our ranchers, landowners, they have what is aw, yes, sir, Brent. Yes, sir. So Patriots, you know why. And then inside the wire, I'm sure SWAT and Turner, you know what that means. That means you're safe. You're in the safe zone. So I was like, I'm gonna combine that and we're gonna roll with that for the show. And then Turner, what you missed was people are starting to figure out uh like I don't like to do me. Like I don't like to give my resume, so I
And
let it
you,
go with
and you don't
everybody
like
else.
to answer questions either because you didn't finish your story.
Hey, hey, Chris,
You
hey,
have,
Hey,
Chris,
my dad.
you saved her bacon, my friend.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Chris,
Bacon.
let me ask Chris a question there. So what are
Okay.
you doing now, man? What's going on? What do you got going on? You're excited about?
Man, I'm excited about the new music. I'm excited about what we've got going on this year. We've partnered with potentially a lot of great people, man. But there's a lot of good buzz going around what I got going on. But like anybody else, I believe it when the ink's dry on the paper. But I'm really excited about the year that I got going on. The new music, man, the music's amazing. I wrote for during COVID. I took the whole time and I just wrote. And we went to studio, we went to soundstage and recorded. My buddy over at BMG, he mixed and mastered it. and it's you know, we've got a new single that's coming out that's actually on hold with Yellowstone right now called Cowboy Like That. And essentially me and my buddy Jamie Adamson, we wrote that song because we're sick and damn tired of watching Walmart cowboys walk around Nashville. So we just said, hey, you know what? On the 8th day, God made a pair of boots and a cowboy hat. I mean, a Stetson hat for a cowboy like that, because they just don't make
Heck
them like
yeah.
that anymore.
No, man,
And
I got one though. American Hat Company. Keep your story going. But I got
yeah,
to shout out to them because they're my ambassador. American Hat Company. Check them
yeah.
out. But he's
So
right.
you know, we've got that, and you know, all of the music for me, I always told myself whenever I came to town, I was going to stay true to myself and write what I wanted to write. And it's resonated with a lot of people, man. When I'm out on the road, you know, back in 2012, I wrote this song called Waffle House, and you can find it online on YouTube, and we cut a video about it. But it's literally a true story about this guy who couldn't have been more than 25 years old at a Waffle House with a fireman pager, high water blue jeans, and an 83 Toyota Corolla and a flip phone. And he walks into this Waffle House and he starts making out with these two chicks, man, that just look like they walked out of friggin' Sports Illustrated magazine, if there's even a thing left like that. And they start making out. And I looked at my drummer and I was like, that song is wrote when we get back to Nashville. And we wrote it. One of the lines in it is like, you know, a DVR full of Duck Dynasty. And oddly enough, I was playing a
Ooh,
show
I
with
like
Uncle
that show.
Si, and Uncle Si heard the song, and we became fast friends. And I was down with Uncle Si last year, and I say last year, it was last April, and we were going down to play some shows in Houston. He's like, man, come by the house. Let's hang out and play some music. And we went by there, and he's like, you know, you got to play the Waffle House song, right? So that song, even though that I never put any push behind it, it's got a cult like following, because whenever I play it, everybody knows I'm going to play it. Whenever I play it, they sing the words back to me. So that is
Nice.
very, very refreshing, man, because it's a comedic song, but it's a really cool song because you can just, the imagery in it is just amazing.
Turner, what's the name of the song again? I've got some people asking. Tell them the name.
It's called I reached out to Waffle House for sponsorship, like we talked about earlier, right? They
Right.
said you can't use our name, but if we can be any help to you, we'd love it. So I
Of
called it
course.
Take You Out, and I put Waffle House in parentheses. So it's Take You Out by Chris Turner. Yeah.
Got you.
It's if you go to my webpage, you can find the link to it on YouTube and
All
all that.
right.
The
I'm going to
video that we
start calling
shot.
you Waffle House because, Chris, what you don't know, and I didn't finish, Jason, my dad drove into town and he had been sober for a very long time at that point. Thank God. Um, guess what we ended up at?
Scattered,
Freaking
smothered, and
Waffle
covered.
House. Waffle House, dude. Like, where do
Scattered,
you
smothered, and
go?
covered.
You, you
Where
know,
do
you,
you go?
you know what I like about that story, Chris, most is it kind of shows, like, everybody loves music. That's one of the things that brings everybody together, I think, right?
Yeah.
So whether you can sing or just listen and enjoy, some people can dance, some people can't, whatever, you know. But what I like about that story is it's, even though it's comedic, it is something in real life that you saw. You bring music, you
Yeah.
can make music out of anything. And that's the thing, is your experience and the way you look at it and the way you put stuff together. So that's funny. I'm gonna have to go check that out. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
it's
gonna check that out.
hilarious, man. And I tell everybody, I'm like, be careful what you say around me. Don't forget I'm a songwriter, because I'll use it.
Dude,
I'll use it at the drop of a hat.
we need to get together, Chris. I have quite a bit too, hidden away. And at this point, I'm like, oh, well, you just might as well go with it because everybody's like Googling or something now. I don't know what's happening, man. That dude right there, though, I'd walk right up to him and he'd have my back any day in that picture. Shout out to Redneck Riviera, some friends of mine.
Yeah.
Mr. Curtis, love ya. I will see you in May. Good to see you. Now, you want to talk about somebody having somebody's back? That guy there. So, Waffle House parking lot. Dad drives from Florida. So by the time he gets there, the one's gone. And I have no idea why or how, except that I guess when you grow up in a certain area, you kind of stay in that area. So I
Yeah.
gravitated back after what I had done with Opryland. And I was like, dude, I need to eat. I'm so hungry. I'm a foodie, y'all. I'd rather have my food and then I might drink. I'm an occasional. Long story short, the same Waffle House. So I'm not kidding. My father gets in a van, drives. I don't know how he made it in the time that he did. So by the time we got in there and sat down, who walks in? And I do not believe they followed. It's just one of those issues where it's like, okay, this is kind of everybody hangs out. And then I'm like, I'm in a Waffle House. And like I've got you know those spatulas, the hash browns and the eggs and everything. I am not lying to you. Like a plate, like bang on the floor, and this lady walks over with one of those spatulas. She's like, dang, dang, dang. I'm like scared, and she's like, if you boys don't knock this crap off, I'm gonna beat your butt. And then she looks at me and she says, little lady, you need to pick better. You deserve better. These people are punks. Oh, I said, kiss my grits. You're right. And that's the Southern in me. That's what it
That's
is.
good.
So you mix that Texas Tennessee thing. Oh, I love seeing. Hey, Brent, it's a different Brent. So there's a Brent. Let me make this clear. We've got two on here. I'm recognizing you both. Hello, Raymond. I saw that as well. We said that. There's one I don't understand here, and that's why I think all of you saw me kind of make a face. And so I'm one of those that I want to know the answers. Sorry, TikTok. They they want SWAT song. Oh my gosh. I did so I created like a cult. Not really. Not really. People take things too serious nowadays. Come on.
Hey, we ain't mad
I
at it.
well, what is that though?
So I got a question,
What
Tracy.
is the thing? Do you know what that is, Turner?
What's
It's a
that?
marine. It's a marine thing, right? It's got
Well,
crayons and
supposed to be red
hands.
crayons.
What does that
The
mean?
crayon eaters.
We're crayon eaters, man. Hey, you got to do better than that, man. My favorite color is
No.
Marine Corps green.
Well, no, I knew that crayons were a marine thing, but I don't understand the color. And it just threw me off, man. I was expecting red.
It was probably the only one that was available in the emoji app.
But you know what? I appreciate that, Brian. I love it.
Well,
That's why I pulled
everybody
it.
else already ate the red crayon, so that's all that was left.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
It's because they
I
taste like
like it.
strawberry.
Chris, what
I
was your
like it.
question, brother?
No, I got a question. Where was the Waffle House that you're talking about? Was it by? Well, the reason I'm asking is because I don't know if you know this or not, but
It wasn't me
Opryland
that night.
off of exit 12, right there off of Brawley Parkway, they've got a Waffle House right there by Opryland now, where the amusement park used to be at. That's the reason I was asking. It
Yeah,
looks
where the big
fairly,
statue
it
used
looks
to be.
new, but I don't think it's old, huh?
Where the big statue used to be that they finally took because the gentleman passed. It was his own land. Do you know that?
No,
So
I
there
don't
was a
remember
statue
that.
there. Okay, for history, 1 second. Opryland used to be very different. So did Nashville, but I love Nashville. There's a gentleman, and he got older, and tearing down. Man, your song was playing like crazy. SWAT. You're just gonna have to say hi later, y'all. And I apologize for this. This isn't normally what happens, but this is the first time we merged TikTok, and people are tripping in a good way. Back to it, Brawley Parkway. I know where that is. So
Right.
there's a statue, and of course I called it. My aunt's still there in Tennessee, and I said, "You watch when he passes. That man fought. Like you're not taking this statue. I'm sorry. Like my family has fought for generations. You're not going to erase his history." Unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago, and so now there's no longer that statue. They sold the land. I mentioned land earlier. It is something I've talked about with Malachi and a couple others that I just want to reach out there to everybody. The 22 a day, we'll talk about our military veterans, should never happen. And, please turn to someone. But you also have a situation right now, which is called 30 by 30, and it's about our land, our water, ranchers, farmers, literally. 30% of landowners right now with their lands stripped from them. So the highest suicide rate right now is literally like this: veterans 22, 21 farmers, ranchers. I was very surprised to find that out. My brother that I raised, the reason that I met Turner, to give you a little shout out here. First, I got to say, Scotty Frazier, love you, hello. Always. But, I was looking for Brian in Heroes Den. Used to be a place there in Nashville. You'd have a lot of veterans get together and play there before COVID. And so when I went back, like I've had 9 people pass. Like that was a lot, and you can't do the services. So don't let me bring this too down. What Chris didn't know, what Malachi did not know, what Scotty didn't even know is I lost my brother. And so he in Colombia, like most of the land out there was his. So when Malachi got on the phone, he was like, well, shoot, I'm all the way in Colombia. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. That's exactly where he lives. And so he had a lot of land. He had his animals. He enjoyed just was going back to feed his animals, literally. And they tried to tell him he can't have his own guns there and several things that you do not tell someone like my brother. So when things went sideways, and we all have our beliefs, right? So I'm not going to judge. He can do it. I can't. But this is my little brother, so I can say what I want. What happened to him should have never happened. And it pushed him to where I thought that there is no way someone like my brother, big guy, just never would have thought it. So Turner, Brian Romans, Scotty Frazier, right now, what they did not know is that is when my brother took his life. And I was literally trying to figure out, where do I go? Everything's different. Everything's changed. I've already had everybody pass during COVID. I just needed to escape. And I think we were all going through things at that time. So what ended up happening was I just talked. Like they got on the phone. We all started talking at different times, not together. Figured out. And finally, Brian is the one I've talked to the least because he was like, he doesn't even live in Tennessee anymore. He lives, I'm not going
He's
to
in
say where.
Alabama now.
Okay, you say it.
Yeah. He's in
Yeah.
Greenbow, Alabama.
Yep. With, yep. No, I'm not. I was going to do the box of chocolates, by the way. That's a perfect segue. Perfect segue. Your box of chocolates. Did y'all get a box of chocolates today?
Did you send me one?
Yeah. Amazon dropped it off.
Somebody ate it before it got to my door then.
Yeah.
That's what
Yep.
happened.
Yeah.
So-
Like a box of chocolates.
Tracy, you said something I want to piggyback on. You was like, 30 farmers a day and 21 soldiers a day and
22 and 21, yeah.
22 and 21. And I'm like, what a lot of people don't realize is it's like, it doesn't, I mean, thank God for people realizing that veterans suffer from PTSD and moral injury, right? But the biggest thing is like whether you're a veteran, a first responder, or whether you're a civilian, we all have our triggers, man, and we all go through our own crap.
Yeah,
And it don't take but that one thing to set us off. And if it's not that, I understand that people become alcoholics and drug addicts and drug addiction and all this other stuff, but it's because a lot of us use it as coping mechanisms. And a lot of people don't realize that. It's like, you know what, if you got a guy who's going through drug addiction or you got a guy who's an alcoholic, it's because they're trying to get rid of or compartmentalize. I mean, I know in the Marine Corps for us, man, it's just like drive on, drive on, drive on, right? So we would compartmentalize everything. But the thing about it is like you're so busy whenever you're in the military to where you don't have time to think about it. But when you get on the outside, you got all the time in the world, and all that stuff you compartmentalize comes rushing back like a damn tornado. So yeah, so in your story with your brother is like whether it's his land or whatever. I hate that the demons
Malachi
got
would
him, but
know.
I can kind of I can relate to where he was sitting at, because a lot of us are
Yeah.
too prideful. We're too prideful to even admit that kind of stuff.
Oh, look. I mean, there was one time when he called me, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get on a plane and get out there. And I was able to do that and figure out kind of what was going on. I couldn't get out there though. Like, here's my little brother calling me. He's like, you surely don't believe in this whole, and people, I'm not trying to tell you what I do or do not believe. So don't send me a message. Unless it's nice. It's Valentine's, please. What I'm trying to say is his belief, he's entitled to that. And I'll even back you up on that and say I raised him. So to him, my son was like a brother. So that also got him. And then I had to have him go pick up ashes from multiple family members. And like to do that and then to have what happened to him, I'm not going to tell what. They came on his land. They tried to kick him off his land. They tried to take his guns. You got a man that literally where Malachi plays a lot there in Colombia. I mean, his buddies are all in Colombia. His company's in Colombia. It's Advanced Concrete, by the way. It's still there. He had been right there watching Malachi. I don't know for how long. So none of us knew this though. And Malachi still doesn't know a lot of that. He knows some just by yesterday. So shout out to Malachi. I guess what I want to end it with is I never would have thought it. He called me and I said, I can't. You can't fly. You cannot get out. Like literally nobody can. He's like, do you really believe in that? And I said, look, I am homeschooling a child right now, and I feel like I'm on that show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And right now, I feel like I'm not. So I think I'm just going to have to stay. You're all right, dude. Just hang in there. I'll be there. We'll get out. We'll get going. But it was never anything like that would have tipped me off, or it was always like, yeah, come on, let's go. Let's go see some music. Let's do something. Never. Like, he didn't let that out. But the time before when I was able to get there, I knew and I thought, okay, everything's good. Everything's great. If I had just known, I just wish he would have just given me any little sign, you know. So I found myself back in Nashville going, dang, where is everyone? So to get off that subject, get
Well,
back
real
to
quick
something.
to have this conversation, we talked about earlier today to like where we think a lot alike, right?
Right.
So, and I'll leave it with this. So, what you're talking about with your brother, you're never there's not you never would have knew. So, like I was telling you, like there was one that I couldn't stop. I just gotten promoted to corporal. I had my fire team in the barracks with me. I had a guy who was a subpar Marine that was assigned to my fire team. And I told him, I was like, look, this is what I expect. This is what we're going to do. We're going to work through it together. Nobody could ever square him away. So we sat there in my barracks room that night till about 1 a.m. in the morning. We had PT formation at 04. And I was sitting there talking to him. We was playing video games, had a couple pieces of pizza, us and the whole fire team, and a couple beers. I said, hey, Private Sprinkle, I'll see you in the morning, man. Come to PT formation squared away. He's like, hey, congratulations, Corporal Turner. And he left my room. 3:45 in the morning, I got a call from the barracks duty NCO because they was having a problem getting into his room because he didn't look like himself when he went in. We kicked the door open and he was swinging from a web belt. I never in a million years knew it was coming because he left my room and he went there. Now, granted, it's different because it's your brother, but what I'm trying to relay to you is like, there's nothing you could have said or nothing you could have done. The ones who actually cry for help are the ones who are looking for actual help because they don't want to do it. But the ones who have their mindset on it, no matter how hard you try to pick their brain apart, their mind's made up and you can't do it. So what I'm telling you is like I lived with survivor's guilt for years.
Hmm.
It's not your
Uh,
fault.
well, you know
It's
what? Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Chris. I experienced that with my son. So my son was a born fighter. So I struggle a little bit with kind of pushing that. But to be honest with you, I'm doing good right now. And I am just glad to connect back with you. And the fact that you
got you,
got in
girl.
here and I know you and
Got you.
jumped in. I'm like, I got Nashville in the house. I've got Texas. I'm trying to mix it all up here. And then I keep getting just you see me doing this. I know y'all do. And it's because like I'll get one comment and I'm like, nope, we can't put that one. And then I've got another comment and I'm like, okay, we can get that one.
And
And
truth be
then
told, I think we all should go to Texas, man.
well, hey, come on, bring it.
We're here.
You
We're
know,
waiting.
That's
hey,
it.
well, we will not announce a lot except to say we do have a lot going on in Texas. I do have someone that is in production that keeps telling me to be quiet. So I'm going to be quiet. We're going to try to make me be quiet. I just try to include everyone. And, you know, I need to learn how to say no. So I got to get better at that. I got to get better at watch. I see that little timer thing, man. Like we joke, like I need an egg timer because I'm not really like I'm the last one on the air. So it's like I can go. Like I don't have to leave. I don't get kicked off. So maybe that's a problem. I'm used to radio. This is my
Mm.
problem. Jason knows it. You know it, SWAT. It's like you can tell. I am not used to having you. Although that's a lie. Interviewing bands live, literally, is what I'm used to when it comes to music. So in the days, and I'm not old, but in those days, you would go out and you would review. If you weren't reviewing food, you were reviewing music. You literally wrote an article and you sent it in the paper or a magazine that I had, and that's what happened. So I got paid to do it, and it was awesome. It was the best job ever. So maybe I should have done best thing ever that you did, well, for work. So for work, it would be being able to write those reviews and meet those people. And I actually got paid for it, but that wasn't the good part. The good part was the people. So I enjoyed that more than anything. And music to me is medicinal. Anybody that listens, oh, you know what, Brent, I am here for you too. Let me ask you this. If you need something and you need to reach out, send me a direct message, please. And please remember to call 988. I am not saying you need to go there. What I'm saying is I'm reading your message and you've got it out there publicly. So it's okay for me to do this. I want to make sure, buddy, you're with us. You can't be one of the 22. Don't come on this show and make me come find you. But what I will do is get you somebody. I'll get you to good people, like good people. You don't want military, that's fine. You want civilians, you whatever we need to do, Brent. Okay. So it's nice to see you too. And I want to make sure that you're all good. Happy Valentine's Day. I know that you are seeking that. I'm doing fine. So don't you worry about me. We are doing, and it's like I feel we're doing this now after that. So, everybody joining us, we do go over multiple subjects. I mean, we have again Patriots, veterans, Gold Star Mom, you name it, Waffle House. We got fights in the parking lot. We got the wrong date choice for the dude. We got the
Man,
base girls.
I'm gonna say Chris came on, so he opened himself up. He knew what we were
Oh
doing before he
yeah,
came on. So you get pick. You at least got to give us one best or worst date ever.
Best or worst date ever?
I
Put
prefer
you
the
on the
worst
spot.
because I like to hear the bad stories. So I like to if you pick the worst date.
I'm a fan of the worst too, man. It makes for great songwriting material.
Oh yeah,
So there was, what was the worst one on me, right? There that actually was whenever I was in the Marine Corps. I was digging this female Marine really hard, man. I'd been in Okinawa for a year, came back to stateside. And if anybody knows anything about Okinawa, man, it's one big like dude fest.
that's where
So you
Brent
get
is.
back, yeah, you get back and you're like, "Oh wow, there's life in the world." Right? So her name was Bennett at the time, and I'd met her whenever I was in Okinawa, so we rotated off the island together, and we came back to the U.S. And I was digging her really hard, man. And we went out to dinner and we hung out. And we went to the mall and we came back, and I'm like, Rico Suave, right? Gonna watch a little TV and chill in the barracks, and yeah, that didn't happen. No kiss, good night, no nothing. And I was in I was in a different unit with her, but I would see her, and I'm like, every time I'd see her, I was like, "You don't know what you missed out on, sugar. I got you." But yeah, that was probably the worst one, man. Because whenever me as a Marine is just like you're full of piss and vinegar, and nobody can touch you, right? But
yep.
whenever you get rejected like that, it's like that's all. It's all good, man. There's a house full of chicks back in South Carolina that thinks otherwise. But I mean,
Well,
no offense, Tracy. But when you're in the Marine Corps and you're a female Marine, I love them all, and we served hard together. But they kind of have their pick of the litter, man. And if you're not like it, and then you're just not it. And I was just like thinking, I landed a date with this chick, and now it's like, I guess I just wasn't it. you know.
well, you don't have to say watch out around Tracy. Trust me, I have heard. Well, I better not say seen it all because I don't think I've seen it all. But man,
But I
how's
will
it
tell you what
going there?
I will tell you what I task every veteran artist that's watching or listening. I'm
Okay,
going to do it too. I think we all need to get a flat bill hat and wear on stage. It's got 988 embroidered on the front of it.
that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
nice.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
that's
something
going to
there,
be my
Brent.
next mission for this year is to have a flat bill hat that's got 988 written on across the front of it. So that way people ask, I'll be like, it's a suicide hotline number, man. Check it out.
Yeah,
Dial.
yeah.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
that
I do
idea. It's
too.
a great idea.
So this is all happening because Brent, we love you. You're out there. You're on X right now, man. You are wanted. You are loved. Do not think otherwise. So there is always a greater purpose. So best and worst, y'all. Well, today's Valentine's Day. Why don't we tell Valentine's? Like, instead of being negative? Do we want to be positive or do we want to write songs? Um,
I
We wanna
always
do
want to
both.
write songs, sister. I'm always in
Absolutely.
songwriting
Well, hey,
mode.
while we got it, while we got a minute, Chris, tell us about your new single a little bit, man. I'm kind of interested now. You got me
Yeah, so
intrigued.
I wrote it with a buddy of mine named Jamie Adamson about 2.5 years ago. And I went into the studio and we cut it. And the song is like, the opening verse is like, never found a bush he would beat around, 'cause word travels fast in a real small town. Sticks and stones always gonna break your bones. So it was more or less like trying to find every way to make every metaphor reverse itself. Because, the hook to the song was like I'd walked into it was I'll give you a case in point. So it all stems from a story, right? So pre-COVID, a buddy of mine moved from Norco, California, and he opened a bar called Bold Patriot Brew House in the L&L Market Building off Charlotte Avenue. And some buddies of him followed him out here. And one of his buddies was a construction worker, and I won't say his name on camera, but he came in with a clean cut, had a ball cap, carpenter's jeans, and a pair of work boots, right? He's like, hey, I'm such and such. I was like, hey, my name's Chris. It's good to meet you, brother. So then COVID happened. I hadn't seen him in about a year. I came back in after a year when the bar opened back up, and I looked at him and I was like, that looks like such and such. Walked up to him, I was like, oh my God, dude. He had a cowboy hat, a mullet, and a world championship belt buckle and a pair of boots. And I looked over at him and I said, hey, buddy, I got a question to ask you. He said, what? I was like, the damn world's been on lockdown. When in the world did you have time to win a world championship bull riding belt buckle? Please tell me. He's like, man, you like it? I got it from Boot Barn. And I looked at him and said, of course you did. And then we went and wrote this song, Cowboy, like that, because I grew up on a cattle farm, man. I wish I had a nickel for every time I had my arm up inside of a cow trying to pull a calf out. I've done all that.
Now that's a
Right?
Valentine's date right
Yeah.
there.
That's
Hey,
it.
Exactly.
Are you trying
Turner,
to
look.
talents?
Yeah,
look at
I've
this.
done all that stuff, but for me, I don't have to wear it.
Is this
I've
a
lived it.
marketable skill? I have questions.
Hey,
No,
let me stop real quick.
about we were
Introduce.
talking about his worst Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Chris.
Me and a cow in
Turner.
a head shoot.
Turner, beside
know
you,
Chris.
this is Brandy, everyone joining as a host, Brandy Pet
Hey,
from
Brandy.
Yes I and the Veteran, and with Resilient Patriot, my partner in crime. She is here tonight, and I hear she has a story. And she has a story that involves Mr. Chris Turner.
Oh, no.
So as y'all are all talking about stories,
Sorry.
I haven't even
Who-
told mine. So
Who
now
was
let's
that?
look. She knows you.
You know what's funny, Chris? Do you remember that brewery? You were
Is
very
that
good tour
Pet?
guide.
Is that Pet?
It
You're a very
is.
good tour guide,
What's
Chris. Do you
up,
remember?
girl?
Whoa.
Small
You
world.
are a very good tour guide. And you totally got me on that too. Because you
Uh-oh.
didn't tell me who you were the whole time. We were giving you such a hard time. And like Heather was just staring at me like, when is she gonna say it? When is she gonna say it? And you get up on the stage and perform. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So Chris
No.
was your tour
You never
guide,
know
right,
who
Brandy?
someone's famous is right next to you, and so sometimes they hit you in the face.
Well, Chris was a tour guide for you, right, Brandy? You and a
No,
girl
no,
that
he was performing for another podcaster as a favor to her, and his song "If You Drink." And I didn't know. I'm not big in the country world. I'm kind of learning a lot through Tracy because I love metal. And
I like
I
all.
met Chris. I had heard of him many times. I'd heard his music, but I'd never saw his face. And like I didn't recognize him speaking until he started singing. I was like, oh no. And then like everyone's laughing at me. But yeah, absolutely. But that's an amazing brewery. Like I love the is it the Betsy Ross Ale and stuff like that they have there?
Where were you? Do you know where you were, Brandy or Chris?
Nashville.
Do you know where it was?
That same brewery you're talking
Well-
about right now.
So it was Bold Patriot Brew House, but they've
Okay.
since like two of the owners decided to sell out, so now it's called Baseline Brewery.
No,
But it
So
was it part of
they've
Heroes Den?
They've changed all the murals, but they still have the same principles because they couldn't use the same name because they bought out the other two partners. But it's still
Should we
there.
reach out to
I
them?
actually played a show for Warriors on Mission as a fundraiser there back in December.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
amazing. I've heard your story a couple of times, and I sent a message to Miss Brandy, and I said, guess what? I might have it to where Chris might just jump on. I don't know.
It's
We'll
a
have
small
to
world.
see. I got us
Right?
on. I'm doing
Small
this,
mistake.
y'all. I got TikTok going over here, and then all of a sudden I saw a picture because I've been like all day going, just come on, like you're always welcome, right? I'm gonna shout this out right now. Like I love that we're all here right now and using this to like talk about things that are important, but yet also bonding. It is Valentine's Day, y'all, so I'm glad to be with you all, and I appreciate you showing up here, Brandy. I appreciate you, and I want everyone to look at Resilient Patriot. We have 3 women. You've got a veteran right there, you got a Gold Star mom, and you've got a Rosie the Riveter. So we are also
Hey.
trying to pave the way and empower. So we would like
Yep.
more positivity.
Yep.
We would like to reach out. We had Brent a moment ago, Brandy, he was having a rough time. So we went through that. But Brandy, man, I'm a little scared. I'm about to ask you the question because I'm avoiding the ending to mine about worst date ever. And y'all
Don't
look,
ask
I did
me.
not try best with her. I want the worst.
No,
Wait,
no.
wait. Just
Wait,
don't
worst
go
wedding
worst,
day
worst.
ever or worst date ever? 2 different stories.
Worst date. What did
Yeah.
you say?
Worst wedding,
Wedding?
or worst date? Because both
Well,
I have stories for both.
The
I
fact that
My
you
think it would
have
ex-husband was
be.
like
my
you've got
ex-husband was
weddings to decide from, like, kind of disturbs me.
no, yeah, believe it or not, I did behave once. But no, my spouse at the time, well, to be my fiance, I guess. I was in the military. I was 20, all of 20, and he actually was arrested on our wedding day. And then like
My
his
guy.
commander came in, and then literally like he busted in, and I had like no clothes on, and I had to, like, run into like the wall locker and like shut myself in, praying that the first sergeant commander didn't catch me, because they didn't know I was there. And I was just like, oh, this isn't gonna end well. It should have been an omen of the marriage and some divorce. But my worst date ever actually ended up with me giving Pink the middle finger. So I probably have to explain that to her later. Oops. But I had
Nice.
a Marine.
Pink the singer?
Yeah, the singer, like from 10 feet away.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brave.
Yeah,
Because
there's
she is, hear me
you know
roar.
me.
She's
Well, there's a
roaring.
story. There's a story.
Oh, that's
I don't
true.
like to disrespect people. No, that's not what happened. That's the worst date ever. That's how it ended. But how it started was I had a gentleman. I know, right? I just jumped to the end. But I had a guy say, "Hey, I really need to have someone come with me," and he told the whole like, I need someone to be my support. I have anxiety. Da da da. And so I was like, okay, I'm not really looking to do anything. I'm not putting out for this. Like, like the expectations, like I'll go with you and support. But I don't really look at it that way. And so he's like, okay. And he paid like $2,000 for these seats. I mean, they were like taint level. Like you could see the sweat off the
I
stage.
know.
Like on that hoop, it was that close. Like you could see it. And
I
was
know
like, I don't like being that
this
close,
one.
man. There's hoops
Yep.
and stuff. Like she falls on my face. Like I can't catch her. Like I have like a zombie arm. It's not even good. And
Dude,
so
basically,
the guy basically had a back spasm, or he was just drunk and fell, like right when we were being seated, and they treated him like he's drunk. They didn't ask him if he's okay, and it just went from there. So I'm like basically like trying to like hold the dude, like because it meant everything to him to be there. So I was trying to support, literally, because like he was about to like fall over like half the time, and he kept standing up, and I was like this, and then he told me to go F myself and all this other horrible stuff during the concert. I'm like crying because I'm like, this is the worst of all time. And so at the end, like, so much had happened at that point, like, and like some of their security was pretty rude to us and had said some pretty nasty things. And so I was just done. And I just like, when they told me to go fuck myself, I was like, that's it. I'm like, give the middle finger, and I walked myself.
F-bomb.
And I literally had the, like, I do that one. This is I do that one here. Shit. But
that's her, man. Like, just get me bail money if it's me. Like, y'all know that.
Ma'am.
Like,
yeah, we both
can do
it. But anyways,
you look great, by the way.
That's how it ended. And then actually I had my hair in like a pink mohawk, like pink blonde mohawk, and with like diamond. It was really cool, and I had like stitched I did like a special effects piercing in my breast, like members and stuff. But basically I ended up breaking off all the hair in the front, so that's why I have bangs now. It's like my karmic reward, I guess, for being a jerk. Lessons were learned. But yeah, I had to talk to him later, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to explain it to her later, because because there was like a security issue.
There we are.
But
do you see that, Brandy? It's clicking in and out, but I got it, I think. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it just might be just signal. But yeah, but that was my worst date. So yeah, don't do what I did.
No. Well, what we're doing tonight is in order to be on. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. But
Don't do what? Wait, now you gotta sell your worst date.
no, whoa.
We've been
Wait,
trying to
Um,
get
wait,
it
you
out of
had me
her
feel
for
I
4
can
years.
guarantee you she didn't flip
Man.
off pink, by God.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
I
was
like the
dude,
by
you
God
know, I had to
part.
explain it to her, and he goes, "You'll never meet her." I'm like, dude, I meet like singers all the time. I know I'll meet her, and I'm gonna have to explain the shit to her in the face. And he's like, "You wouldn't?" I was like, "I would, and I would totally put you under the bus for this."
She would.
She's like, "What?"
Yeah, don't even question. She would. Um,
Yeah, she would.
yeah, there's no question about that one.
Well, plus I
That's
like,
silly
I
to
got body
even
surf
do
in
that.
Berlin too.
I-
Like the month before, so it was kind
I
of
don't
like.
even know what a worst date. What is a worst? Okay, wait.
What do you mean
SWAT.
worst date? One that didn't end well.
Well, I already did tell a story that ended up at a Waffle House with a spatula and a kiss my grits. So I thought that
Those
was
are good
enough.
stories. Like
But
you want to end the
SWAT,
Waffle House.
SWAT, one of y'all said unique. I do have a very unique one where when I first got to Texas, remember I grew up in Tennessee. So when I first got to Texas, I was doing a couple of jobs. Like, that doesn't sound right. No, what are you doing? You're saying hi. I'm like all jittery, man. What I'm trying to say is, oh, it's the dog. I was like, oh, I was so scared. I was like, what?
What did you think
She
it
usually
was?
sits behind the podcast and judges, but this time she wanted to say hello.
Every cowgirl with a red cowboy hat deserves a Shih Tzu.
And this one actually glows in the dark too.
The cat,
Okay,
the
y'all.
hat or the Shih Tzu?
Yeah, I'll turn the light off. It glows.
The dog?
Yeah, actually, speaking of things that glow, I took an X-ray today, and I forgot I had certain piercings in, and they reflected, and I couldn't figure out why the dudes like were like in there for so long. And I was like, are they done? Are they not? And like the girls had to come in afterwards, and like we never got the images, and I was like, why? Like, why didn't you get the image? That's weird. And I look, I was like, what? I was like, I like those ones.
Aw. Hey, you got Ryan on Adam's battle buddy, Brandy. He's saying hi because he loves your little story and he's like, talk about your hat. It's Ryan Chambers. Ryan, Vegas bomb, Vegas bomb, Vegas bomb. Oh, dude, wait. Better explain that one. That is a drink, folks. It's not what it sounds like. Vegas bomb is a drink. And so Chambers is on here saying hi. Ryan, shout out in Vegas. Oh, man. I can't believe that. He's like, man, to hear from someone when you're a Gold Star mom that served with your son like that, it's few and far between right now. And I hate to say this, but it's from losing too many, or when you get out, what do you do, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, look, he's ordering one right now. That is so cool, man.
Aww.
Thank you, Ryan. You just made my Valentine's. There you go, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan with the win.
Yep. Well, meet the crew, Ryan.
What's your worst date? I bet you have some good stories.
Me?
He looks like that guy. No, Jason. He definitely looks like that guy.
Oh yeah, he told his my unique one.
Wow.
I'll finish that. My unique would be yachts, helicopters, and like shopping for islands. Need
I was
that.
gonna say Jason looks like the IT guy in the background, man.
He's adorable. Nah. And
Jason-
someone sent a video of us
Hey,
jumping
Jason,
when we took off.
that's a compliment, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Oh,
You know, it's
yeah.
funny. I'm actually been called the IT guru at my office, so everybody comes to me with IT issues. So I'm gonna put up a sign and say, "Have you Googled it yet?" Because they just come to me for everything.
Just put GTS that shit.
Yeah, like seriously, like, hey, I got this email. What do you think? It's an email. Like, what? Is it spam? Probably. If you think it's spam, it's probably spam. Did you reboot your computer? Is it plugged in?
Read my tips. Don't call me.
Yeah. Well, there is a running joke. So I'm doing this. I'm sorry. I'm going back from TikTok. I'll figure out. I'm sorry, TikTok. I'll figure you out next time better. Well, you know what? Y'all have made it a wonderful night. SWAT's always sitting there. He's always got his guitar. We have to end with music. It doesn't mean I'm ending you right this second, but here soon we will be wrapping up because I'm really bad about that, right? We all know it. I am taking off my training wheels little by little and learning how to say no. And I don't mean to anybody on here. I mean actual business and acquaintances that you may be doing business with or you may be doing something with, as in like I'm in a different realm. Like when y'all are veterans, it's different. When you're in my realm, it's different. So I am learning who I can help and who I can't. And when it takes it out of me, I have to realize that, you know what, this is not healthy. Like, how do I learn this and say no? So that's a tough for me. But no, I don't want anyone to think I've got it all great by, just sharing that story. No, I mean, a couple of you know my story. I'm not afraid of it. My people were people that were drug addicted. I grew up homeless in Tennessee. I was lucky because people like Dolly, people like Johnny Cash that were in those alleys recognized it. And then the generation before mine, good people, all musicians, just, everybody served. It just so happens that the two biological sheep in a small town in Tennessee happened to hook up is what happened. So my goal has always been, look, I'm going to change it, the generation. And I want to hope to always give back and do like the people that did take a minute. We're in our own country right now and we can't even feed our own people. So this has been going on a really long time, y'all. But my worst one, so, well, you're my Valentine's tonight, number one. So we didn't all even acknowledge that one. We should have been asking, what are we all doing on Valentine's here tonight with Tracy? We are celebrating life. We are trying to just do good. Got a lot of songs in the book that need to get out, and just continuing to grow. So from that, I really don't know. I'm trying to. Ryan's like,
Brent.
Ryan just wants me to go get a Vegas bomb. And I'm like, hey, Ryan, I'm literally sitting in this. Look at that. Brent.
Hey, Ryan, if you want to order anything, if you'd like to support our station, we have this beautifully done in a slightly inappropriate, spicy pinup calendar that goes to help our podcast station and homeless veterans.
Where'd you go, Jason?
I know she looks familiar, but that's me.
Right.
Yes.
We have a couple of messages here. Brandy, I am proud of you for that. And that is my favorite picture, by the way. I love the bubblegum picture. It's my favorite, y'all. It really is. Brent wants to give you a message. Brent is saying that he is fine now because he found all of us talking on the show. So you know what tonight, guys? You know what we did? You know what, Brent? Thank you. And I am glad that I ran into you tonight. And I am glad that you're with us. So happy Valentine's to you, Brent. You are wanted. You are needed. You are good. So do not let anyone else tell you different. Like I said, reach out, send a message. Don't think otherwise. You are good. Yep. So we have made a difference there, I hope. And Brent, I mean it. Send me a direct message. I may not have the answer, but then I can get to someone else who could have that answer for you. Ryan, if I could go with you right now to Vegas and drink a Vegas bomb, would I? Yes. That answer is yes, I would. And I would have a couple. So we will do that. You might, let me look at this screen. 1, 2.
Why doesn't he come visit us in June?
There's only one that I have not had a Vegas bomb with on this screen.
Yeah, I was like, I think we all had him with you at some point. I'm pretty sure I remember this. Or something like that. I think that got
and I'm not. He's like, don't say Vegas. He always says it. He's like, I'm in Reno,
come to
dude.
Utah, June the 6th. Me and Miss Tracy are going to be at the Utah Tiny Home Initiative gala, the casino night, to raise funds for homeless veterans and tiny homes. And there is an amazing announcement. But you will see us in our dress to our nines, and we hope you guys can come out. But I do have more information about that if anyone's interested. Yes, and be homeless advocates, guys. Like, that's what we need to be. Be the change we want to see. Take care of yourself. If you're able to take care of other people, absolutely, that's great. But you need to take care of yourselves as well. And a lot of us, we put ourselves to the side until we injure ourselves, and we can't do the suck it up buttercup after the military.
Hey, I must have got that from you. I said that to someone the other day, and they looked at me, and I went, where did I even get that? Because I'm like, I know Kiss My Grits, bless your little heart. Like, I know all those, and I heard, like, to somebody, I said, suck it up. What did I say? Like, suck it up, buttercup. And I stopped myself. I'm like, how the heck? Where did that come from? Like, I don't ever say that. And now it's you, Brandy.
Bad influence.
You say, that's you. No, that's you're saying. You say, suck it up, buttercup.
It's a military thing. That's what we all say.
Well, I know Kiss My Grits. I know Bless Your Heart. And I do know some other things, but
I don't think
I
we
didn't
say
get
any of that in
one.
the military, but that's adorable.
That's very Southern. That's very
It is very
country.
Southern, and I love it.
If someone comes up to you in Tennessee or even Texas and they say, "Bless your little heart,"
It's
bless
basically
your
this.
heart, that means go the hell away, please.
It depends on the
Oh,
tone. It definitely depends on the tone.
oh, I can do all. Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Oh,
You want
bless your heart.
bless your little heart.
You saw
Or
the inflection at the heart part, definitely.
Yeah.
It tells you exactly what they want you to say.
bless your
They're thinking.
heart.
See, in the military, I've always
Bless
heard,
you.
you know what? Put some dirt on it and spit on it.
Yeah. What about you,
Okay.
Chris? What was your go-to line in the military?
Oh, ooh,
My
ooh, we got
go-to
a
line in
big
the
hit on that
military,
one.
Yeah. What was yours?
my go-to line: see the hill, take the hill.
Yeah.
And
What?
that's exactly how I apply to my life. It's like you see the hill, you take the damn hill, man. There's no room for
Oh,
defeat.
definitely. Like I heard that the wrong way.
Especially as a
Sorry.
musician, man, you got to have that mentality. If not, you're screwed. You're
Yeah.
so screwed.
I'm trying to accommodate. Look, y'all, I can't. Y'all are gonna have to join the show normal on. Okay, so we're not doing that again. I'm sorry, y'all. We're not gonna do that again. TikTok, I love you, but I just can't accommodate you if you can't get on our show. So, I'm so glad to hear of you. Ryan is like happy. I don't know how many Vegas bombs you're in, Ryan, but I know your worst state, man. This dude. So SWAT.
Dang.
Ryan.
On the podcast again.
Ryan's Fort Stewart too, with us, and so this is my son's buddy. Like you go out, they're together. So this, like, I know my son well, right? I mean, I've been out with my son. So you walk in somewhere, and their joke is like, watch out because he's going to walk in, and if somebody goes at him sideways or something, then one of the guys will step in, and then that. And Ryan, just say it. Tell us. It's about two-step, and it's about knocking people out. So it was about going into these places around Fort Stewart, and I didn't have the experience then to know enough about the chicks around the bases. But I did teach him. I was like, dude, date. You're not getting married. You can't get married till you're 30. Like, experience life. Like, stay away from women.
Two forms of ID. That's what they teach us.
Beware. Yeah. Why don't you know that one?
I
just know they're evil sometimes, and especially around those bases. So, and I shouldn't have said evil. I should say they are not Southern belles. How's that? And I said, so son, remember what I taught you. You said I've slowed down.
Don't you marry no strippers. No.
Yeah, that's all there is in a town. You got a pole that's connected with a pool table. I'm not kidding. Like, connected with the pool table is a pole that they jump up on. Like, I didn't even know any of this because I didn't go till after when I had to go to Fort Stewart. I really wish that I'd gone when
Tracy,
we always came home.
Strip clubs now, ma'am. You need to be properly inducted, ma'am. We have some strip clubs to visit. Yeah, so is it.
There's crickets.
And there's a 12-foot python if you want to do that photo shoot there. His name is Vito Corleone. He's quite friendly. He's heavy as fuck, though.
He said, well, Ryan, go ahead and keep bringing it in. You can tell me all the stories you want about two-step as Brandy. Brandy will hear more of your stories. Thank you, Ryan, for reaching out like you do. You never know. Ryan has reached out at times when, as I mentioned earlier, Scotty, Chris, Brian, you know, it's before I met you, Splat, but like reached out. Well, no, I'm trying to say there's just certain people that never even asked. Like, they didn't even say why or what. It was just like, all right, what do you need? Here you go. It's just good people, and it's just kindness, you know, and you didn't ask, you didn't have to go into it. Ryan is someone who's still around. Well, Ryan would, so we got to get Ryan here. But what I was trying to say is, in the military, what I do know from running a military organization and having a kid in and family and being around all of you is, once you get out, there's a situation that you have to adjust. I have a situation with CAOs, and then I have the situation when they're hurt. So when they get hurt and they're being pushed out, when there's someone who wants to be a career military individual, that hurts. Like, this is Ryan. Like, he's the guy that is like Superman. I'm staying in, I'm doing this. And so is the other one. There are two that stay in touch with me. They are both like, that's all they wanted. They're like Batman and Superman. And that's probably not, I'm not supposed to say that. I don't know what military code is about that, y'all, except that I'm a mom and I can say
Military
whatever
code.
I want. Well, I can say whatever I want because I'm a mom and he's
You're
mine and I
normal.
grew him in my uterus. So
Yes, you did.
nobody
Yes, you did.
else's.
Yes, you did.
He was in my uterus. But my
That's one
worst,
way to
I don't
describe it, I
know.
reckon.
Yeah, well, I reckon too.
What I say about
Oh,
guys, they spend 9 months trying to get out, the rest of their lives trying to get back in.
man, you know the best thing I ever did was I created a life. I think that's
Yes,
pretty
ma'am.
cool, y'all. Creating a
did.
life. You cannot do that. What is, oh, he wants to go out to the Hummer so he can hear. Okay.
So we're talking
We need
Go
about
to keep.
for it.
creating a
We're
life,
trying
and
to.
then
We're
he
trying
wants
to
to go
keep
to
it
the
PG
Hummer.
here.
Ryan,
Come on.
hurry up, Ryan, man. You're on a different time zone. SWAT's gonna fall asleep. So go get in your Hummer, get your cell phone, and you just click the link right here. Go, you don't even have to let us see you. Just send us a note here or jump on.
You
Brandy,
can send him a link. You can pop on.
yeah. Well, let's just see what he's doing. Send us a message, Ryan, because what I'm also trying to do is keep everyone else. Oh, he's here.
He's
He's
in
like,
the
I'm
Hummer,
already
he
here. He said, I'm here. I meant physically. Do you want to be seen? So I
You
feel like I'm
can't
on
make
that a
this stuff up.
show. You
says. Says Batman and Superman sounds like don't ask, don't tell, mama.
you got Dolly, you got Hank, you got nobody's gonna finish that. For real. Y'all left me hanging.
I
All
didn't know
right.
if it was fill in the blank. I'm sorry that I'm interrupting him.
It was family traditions. So last night I caught myself trying to write again and trying to sing through this vocal cord stuff. Oh my God. He says Batman and Superman sounds like don't ask, don't tell mama. I don't know, y'all. Listen, Ryan, he told me everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Like everything. Trust me. And I
Poor
can't,
guy.
I'm stumbling right now because everything. But and that's a good trait, right? Like we were close. He says he does want to come on, Brandy. We can give him 5 minutes.
Yeah,
He has served.
It's up to you. It's your show.
Ryan, I need to send you the link. Or can you connect to Brandy on? All right, hold on, y'all. Y'all talk.
If you text it to him on his phone, like he can just pop on just like I did.
How about this? While you're doing that, why don't we have SWAT play a song?
Please, I was gonna
yeah,
ask.
please.
Or Chris, I love hearing both of you guys.
And then everybody mute their mics so they don't accidentally sing.
Of course.
Chris, it's up to you, man. You or me.
No, you go ahead, man. You got your
What
guitar, man.
first?
I'm just sitting here. This is
All right,
Dude, you
well,
got your
it's
Hold
your
guitar.
on.
world. It's your
All right, well,
world. I'm just
before-
trying to live in it.
Well,
Oh, I
before
can't,
do,
Brandy.
real quick, I just want to give a shout out to
Brandy
my
has
girl
to do it.
Brandy, who served in the Air Force. She put out that wonderful calendar. Yes, that's right. I've been spotting that. It's beautiful. So y'all go support her. She is awesome. Big shout out to my man Chris Turner, who is a Marine. So hoorah to all the Marines out there. And man, that's great, dude. You're living your dream. We're on the same page there, brother. Big shout out to my man Jason, who himself is a Patriot with Sergeant Records, who supports all the veterans out there, including Mr. Scotty Frazier, who is another fellow Marine. So Chris, hoorah for him as well. And of course, a big shout out to Miss Tracy, Gold Star Mom. Everything you do, we really appreciate it. So I guess since it's Valentine's Day,
Ooh, we're gonna have a song from SWAT, everybody. Sorry, SWAT. The people that aren't right here.
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. So instead of I'm gonna play a love song, but this is y'all, and actually, Mr. Trace Atkins actually recorded this. So even though it's Valentine's Day, we're gonna break a few hearts real quick.
Where's she at? There she is.
Driving down a goodbye road, understanding through the radio. 'Cause misery loves company, and here I am alone, dying for some steel guitar, and to hear somebody falling apart. That feels my pain, but it sounds the same on every station in this car. Nobody's singing about love gone wrong, being as lonely as the night is long. I like a party in the truck every bit as much as the next guy. Come on, she's gone. And sometimes you need a heartbreak song. Some words to help me fight back tears would sure be music to my ears. All this dancing around with a tailgate down ain't what I need to hear. Nobody's singing about love gone wrong, being as lonely as the night is long. I like a party in the truck every bit as much as the next guy. Come on, she's gone. And sometimes you need a heartbreak song. And she sure looks good in the bonfire lights, ball cap and blue jeans on hot summer nights. These feel-good songs just don't feel right. Now she's gone, and nobody's singing about love gone wrong, being as lonely as the night is long. I like a party in the truck every bit as much as the next guy. Come on, she's gone, and sometimes you need a heartbreak song. Yeah, sometimes you need a heartbreak song.
All right.
Something like that.
My God.
Thank
Thank
y'all
you.
so much for letting me share that with y'all tonight, man. I appreciate it. So, but tonight ain't about breaking hearts. Tonight's about bringing hearts together, right?
No, it's about breaking hearts, all right.
There's gonna be some hearts breaking around the world tonight.
Fair, that's fair.
Yeah, we always that's that phrase, right? Grow up like, man, he's gonna be a heartbreaker. I mean,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
born
Hey.
that way.
I'm sorry, I was on mute because somebody muted me, but it was from good taste. Well, for y'all, I guess. Ryan, I see you there, but you gotta turn on your camera. I can't
It's
physically
on.
see
It's
you.
on. It's dark out here.
He's in the strip club parking lot. Of course it's dark.
Ryan, how are you?
I'm still above ground.
What?
I'm still above ground. I'm doing well.
That's a good thing.
That's a good
man.
thing,
That's
yes,
good
sir.
stuff.
Well, yeah, you're right here. You've got SWAT was there at Fort Stewart. Not when you wait. Ryan, you're older.
2008
How
to
long?
2013.
Yeah, were you there in 2008, SWAT?
I was actually in 2008. I had actually just gotten back from Iraq for my second deployment, so I was there for a couple months. I was actually with 141 Field Artillery, their 1st Brigade, 41st Field Artillery Unit. So we've probably pounded some of the same dirt.
We've at least
go.
called you and had you pound some dirt ahead of us.
Hey, you know what they say? Artillery's king of the battle, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Well,
The fact that you
Ryan,
guys are both Army and you're talking about pounding dirt. It's
I know.
really
well,
cool.
listen, let me. I was trying to move. I was trying to
It
Man,
move.
was too easy, man. It was
low
too
hanging
easy.
fruit. Low
You
hanging
teed
fruit.
it up, and I.
That's fair.
We depend
Ryan,
on
you know
Marine
what?
brothers to give us hell.
Yeah.
So.
Ryan, we had to all tell a story. I want to hear a story about Adam. So they want my whole story, and I'm not going to give it. So give us a story about Adam, my son, two-step.
Are we
And
trying
women.
to go? Hang on. What are the rules? Are we trying to go PG or
No.
what?
We're gonna keep it PG
I'm not
tonight.
censored, but
I'm not censored.
do not
This is
bring
fair.
up that girl.
I
That's
won't
the
bring up
only
any
rule.
girl. Trust me.
Yeah.
Can you be more specific?
Well, no, he knows when I
Oh,
say
okay.
that girl,
He
Oh,
said
okay.
that
not
girl.
that one. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. With 7 concussions, all the stories I remember kind of revolve around bad stuff. I think.
Uh-oh.
What
Bad
was
as
his
in
name?
with
Well,
you
what was
and
his-
two-step? You hanging out
What?
with two-step, y'all going out. I'm talking about y'all having fun.
Tell us a story
Yeah,
about you
that's
guys
what I'm
going out.
saying. Us having fun was having fun.
What does your fun mean?
Don't say it. His mama's here.
She
Well, I
already
already
knows.
know about
all
that
know.
girl. How do you think I
Nah.
know there's a pole inside of a freaking billiards table? So he already knows enough about that girl.
All
Please
right,
don't say the
here's a
name.
good story. Here's a good story
Thank
about
you.
Huckstep. I
No,
actually just thought about
two-step.
this the other day. I forgot about this until the other day because I saw that girl post something on Facebook and I was like, oh shit.
Air quotes. Give him air
So
quotes.
when Huckstep got moved to our company, me and him became friends. He moved in with me. We lived off base, and so I was out at this. You know Uncle Harry's right there in Hinesville.
Oh yeah.
SWAT saying
Or
yes.
not Uncle Harry's. There was the Big Apple.
Ah! No, I said no.
No clue.
I said
right.
not that girl.
So
Not clue.
if we didn't
That's all
feel
we
like
can-
gallivanting up to Savannah, you know, if we didn't have the IV bags enough to get back, we would go to the Big Apple. And I
He's
I don't know what I did to piss her off, but the chick that was dancing on my lap made a phone call
said don't
to
do
have
this
my
one.
ass kicked. And sure as shit, here comes Huckstep on his bike.
Two-step.
And he looks at me and he looks at her and she's like, that's him. And he comes up to me and gives me a hug. He did show
Okay.
up to whoop
But is
somebody,
he
though.
someone that you would want to roll up and like knock you out? Was he
Oh, hell no.
a wimp?
No.
Not a wimp.
He's the nickname Two-Step, I've witnessed it plenty.
Well, let's hear this infamous two-step. I've heard of it enough. I've
Uh,
heard stories about
Mr.
it.
If somebody
Brian.
was deserving,
Brian, you got a link. Jump on. Go for it. I'm
what?
sorry, Ryan.
Tracy. Oh.
Was that bad, y'all?
Well, let's make sure everyone's okay with being on the later.
Oh no, he's sending us a message. So Brian
Oh,
is, and
okay.
I said you've got a
I thought you
link.
said
Jump
Brian.
on. Who? No, I'm sorry. No, Ryan.
So no, tell us about two-step and his infamous
Yes, please,
moves.
I'm sorry.
Was he like Swayze-esque? I have questions. I need to
So
know.
he wasn't a hothead
Oh, he had
by any
moves.
means, except
This
for
is
when you
drama.
pushed him to that point. But when somebody pushed him to that point, he literally would walk up nonchalantly and take 2 steps in, and on that second step, he's contacting your face. And
Hey.
I've seen dudes knock down a whole row of bar stools like bowling pins.
Wow, that's impressive.
So that's how we gained the nickname Two-Step.
Well, these people know that. These people know. So he's two-step, and it's because his mama taught him how to two-step to meet nice Southern
He
girls
didn't
when he went
tell
out.
us that.
Yeah, he's gonna get lit up in his basic his.
I even have it in
no,
writing.
He can't outright like say that to his company or like his people. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He'll get roasted for life. Like trust me.
I
that one.
know y'all said that, and you told me that, and so did Pierce. A few others said, "Yeah, but we renamed him," and I'm like, "Yeah, but not in my face, you didn't."
Well,
So-
at least he
But it doesn't
lived
say
up to
his
his
butt either.
nickname and rebranded.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Rebranding. There you go.
There you go. There you go. No, Mama taught him good. Like, stay away from that girl. That
Just
thing.
that.
Yeah.
That thing ain't worth it. I mean, that's the song, y'all. Right now, I'm making a song.
Hey,
That
fucker.
thing. Get your thing off that thing.
Hey, do you got my wrench still?
It's better than Dick down in
My
Dallas.
ratchet? Fuck yeah. Sorry.
Who is? I can't. Okay, so the reason I did this is because Brian, shout out to you out there, Ryan. It is Brian Romans with the Global War on Terrorism Wall Stop 22 tour. It is Brian Romans. He is with Stop 22. They go on tour, which Chris Turner, who is popping in and out here too, he has been with them too, all out of Nashville. So, as you know, that's where my boy's born. That's where we're from, originally Tennessee. And Davidson, Nashville, Davidson Hospital. I bet Turner or Brian know exactly what I'm talking about. SWAT would know what you're talking about, Ryan, like the places there. But yeah, we can't go anywhere near that subject. So I only have a couple subjects in life that I'm like, I really don't want to get into those. But Ryan, this is the first time Ryan's ever like popped in. I've tried to get him to do it
Yay.
multiple times.
I popped in.
That's when I was
probably
doing
a couple
X.
months ago. It was right after you sent me that link. I was sitting in the same bar, and when I sit in the bar, I sit on my phone so that people are less inclined to talk to me. And
That's fair.
so yeah, that's when I saw the link, and I jumped on real quick.
Well, we're glad that you came on.
I was on
for
X.
You, in the Forge. We were trying to see if we could get any of Two Steps Battles to come out to San Antonio, because we have Forged and Fire champions that we are going to do something. We're actually going to be donating an anvil in his honor, which is actually a big deal, considering there's 2 Forged and Fire champions that are Forge Masters. And you are absolutely welcome to come out to our Forge and throw a knife with us, just like you all you gentlemen are as well. And ladies,
when would that be?
Whenever you get your ass down here, I guess.
Aw.
Shit. How far is
Ryan,
San
you're
Antonio from Houston?
It's
Not
3 hours,
far.
bro. Get in the car.
4 hours.
Get in that Hummer and
Maybe.
drive it. I mean, you're gonna have to get like
Yeah,
8
it's
tanks
not
of gas,
far.
but you make it.
It's not
Oh,
far, and
I'll
his
get a
brother's
rental
there.
car. It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, don't drive
Well,
the Hummer there, man. You'll like literally
Just-
lose so
just
much.
his
prepare,
birthday.
prepare
I'm
yourself
losing
for this
control.
crazy one up here, so.
I've lost control. Mission
Oh.
control.
That's fair.
I'm teasing. Hey, Ryan, have one for me. It is Valentine's Day. You know what though? For you, I'm happy you're not with someone. I'm happy you are not
Same.
out. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I'm happy you're single.
man,
Like,
he's got like a magnet like connected to him for these girls. Like I tried to tell my son, actually, I will give him this. There was only one time he made that mistake, but it only takes one. But Ryan, don't I? I'm always like, do not settle. Do not do that.
Yeah, but after so much time, it's kind of like, look, I was born in Reno and I'm a gambling man.
Uh-oh.
So,
Johnny.
come out with us
Hey,
in
that's
June.
Kenny Rogers. By the way, yeah. We have had SWAT sing a wonderful song. That is the Heartbreak song. Yes, I know it. In the studio. The only reason, y'all, people have been like sending me messages. The reason you see me singing his songs, A, I know the lyrics. B, that tone that he has, I can match it much better, especially with my vocal cord cut. So I'm not like a stalker or obsessed like with just what. Like I not even just. I'm actually not stalking or type people at all. It's just it fits my voice better. How's that? That style, that pitch, that genre is my genre. Kind of like someone else is better fit for a Mike Ness, a rock style. There's someone else that's a better fit for country. So, and Turner, I've listened to your stuff. We all have our lanes, and Brandy, I know yours for sure because I have heard a lot about this band, and I had never heard about them until Brandy. So
band?
I just call mine pissed off country.
I like metal. Things I can
That
make
was
things
Turner.
angrily with a knife.
So we're on music. This is our lane. We all love music. We have that in common. It is
absolutely.
medicinal.
It is.
Chris, you are right. Brian popped up, y'all. Brian popped up with us with Romans Warrior Foundation. Brian
I
Romans.
wanted to say something too. I think I tried to reach out to him before as well. I think Scotty Frazier and I have his number, so we were trying to get in alignment with some of the stuff you're doing. So if you want to, we got some stuff going on down here in Texas, and it just keeps growing. So Brian, if you want to reach out, definitely reach out to us and see if we can collaborate on some things, because definitely be a good thing to do.
Ask Tracy
Brian,
about what
to
happens
back,
when we go to events.
I was about to
Always
say,
fun.
so off of that, Jason, it means Tracy Laporte, and it means Patriots Inside the Wire and Resilient Patriots. Get in touch with us. We do have something coming up with Patriot Fest. Backing off that with Jason, who's doing a lot in production and things behind the scenes. So today, in 24 hours, we talked to Malachi, Chris Turner. Now we got Brian. Chris is still here. He's doing what Ryan's doing, like chilling in the dark and listening. Ryan,
I want to
my
chill and
Ryan.
listen, but I glow.
Well, that's even better.
Only
Ryan.
it's fun when it glows.
Yeah, Ryan, that was on X. So when I was doing X shows, man, I just can't say that without like
It's
stopping
hard for me
myself.
not to internally
It's
laugh when you say
Twitter.
that.
It's Twitter that's now X. So when I was on X doing my spaces and stuff, Ryan, you wouldn't have been able to see me. But right now we are broadcasting live into X right now. So any of my people out there listening, I know there's a few, send the messages. It's all good. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. So yes, I haven't been on X as much. I will for my politics, which are very important to me as well. But when it comes to music and it comes to something like today, I asked a question today to my own son. I said, you know the history of Valentine's Day? Why is there Valentine's Day? And my kid is super smart, y'all. So I expected an answer, right? Like not knowing the full information. And so he was like, no. I was like, oh boy, wait a minute. I was expecting an answer because he's never said no before. So I was like, it's got to be. He's like, I think it's the Greek or Romans. And I'm like, I got to research. So
Close.
why is there a Valentine's Day?
Hallmark.
Well,
That's fair. That's fair.
that's a good answer.
It's about Saint Valentine.
Yep.
You are correct. I know that much. But Ryan probably knows more. Ryan, you just surprised me. You keep this knowledge kind of like cash. It's like
I
retaining
surprise
like
a lot
Adam
of
would.
people.
Aw.
In great ways, though. So Adam read all the time and could retain information. So can cash. It's like a memory
But we
bank.
didn't front it so that people didn't expect too much.
Well, yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, but secretly, I am proud to say my boy, he didn't study. He was extremely smart. He'd go through a book a day. I say he comes from good stock. He wasn't old enough to drink when I saw that, Jason. He wasn't old enough to drink, y'all, when he went into the military. So you get a harsh reality and an awakening, especially as a mom, for some things that happen. So we learn together, and yeah, I enjoy those times, though. I cherish that. So you'll have that one day as your child gets older. I don't want to date myself. We got Chris Turner in the house. In his car, we've got Ryan Chambers. Ryan, what was your nickname? I do not know. I always call you Ryan with two steps.
I never really had a nickname.
Everyone in the military had something they were called. They made one.
We have call signs.
Copy that. Everybody's
What was your
got a
call sign?
nickname.
I've never had a nickname, just my call sign.
What was your call sign?
Whiskey 1 Golf.
That's cool. They give
Mine was big. Believe it or not, mine was Big Country.
I believe that. I believe that fully.
Call sign was Hoover. Do you know how in the
I
Air
think we
Force
lost
they do call
Watt.
signs for pilots?
I'm sorry?
So in the Air Force, what they do for naming ceremonies is they have you get like drunk and tell a bunch of stories, and they pick like the funniest story to them, and they name you on it. I had a flight surgeon, and she was talking about being in her like residency, delivering a child, and using suction on the child's head because it was not able to pass through the birth canal. So her call sign became Hoover. So she literally had to fly with Hoover as a female on her flight suit, and so she had to, I think, pay 4 cases of whiskey to have it changed into ice. And then you guys
Son of a-
That's a pretty good one.
Oh,
And she was like the
wow.
most uppity female ever, so it was like the last person you expect Uber to be on their flights. You're like, what?
And Brandy,
Stacey, do you
that
know-
is
do
your
you know
worst.
two cents
That is your
other
worst dating
nicknames?
story ever.
Oh,
That
like
Ryan
I would want
will.
to birth. That'd be a horrible dating story.
Ryan would have a worse date experience. I already know them. He just meets these bartenders, and man,
Bartenders are
I'm
fun
just
to make drinks sometimes. You know,
No.
like
yeah,
fun
they
in the
make a
morning.
whole lot of mess too. A lot
Yeah,
of
no,
drama.
they're fun. They're fun in the moment, but long term, or you know, the end game isn't
Yeah,
there.
don't let them know where you live.
No shit.
Oh. All right,
It's
we
exhausting.
are Valentine's Day, y'all. The subject is Valentine's. We're supposed to be talking about getting together with others. I don't have
Yes.
another statement to make
Anyways.
about that except
Double
try not
entendre
to make mistakes. Don't get married till you're 30. That's my advice.
Wrap it
Try
up.
to stick.
Even then,
Stick to
don't.
Well,
If
that
you don't,
but
you might have children come November. Think
No,
about stuff
no.
now.
I was gonna say stick to the good book. It's kind of weird that goes, and then I say stick to the good book. I'm like,
Yeah,
uh-oh.
okay, come on, let's be realistic. It's 2024. They're gonna do it. I mean,
Oh no, this is why it works. I mean, she's the spice, right? Like salty spice.
I
You
am
better
the
be
salty
careful.
sergeant, the saltiest one you'll find.
She is, and I don't have a nickname. I mean, everybody's
you
just
do.
like, no.
It's Mama.
You're back with Barbie.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, huh?
Well,
Did you
there's
say
another
Bad
secret.
Boys Barbie?
That's her alter ego.
Oh God.
That's what I'm gonna turn her into.
Oh, my stomach hurts. It is Backwoods Barbie. It is a Dolly song, and if you know me, you will know that Dolly and I are very close, Ryan. So
Hey, Mama, I gotta correct you, by the way, on something.
I'm not old enough to be your mom, by the way.
Yeah, you are.
Actually, I'm not.
Lockstep and I were the same age.
Right.
That's why he says it.
But
Okay. Yep.
earlier you said that you've never done a Vegas bomb with me, and that is incorrect.
Really?
I was there your first
Oh,
Vegas
there
bomb
was
in Hinesville.
Were you?
Yep,
She's
with Uncle Bill.
When?
Yeah, with at that restaurant
What?
for lunch.
There's not a
Wait.
restaurant near that vase.
Yeah,
There's
well,
always
there's
a
that,
restaurant
whatever
in
the
a
fuck it's
slightly
called. It's
sketchy tattoo shop.
the cat scratch, whatever it's
TGIF
called.
or an Applebee's place, right?
There's always
No,
an
it was
Applebee's
that
in
we
near
ate
military
outside.
installation.
You had it was you and Two's sister.
Little big, I'm blacked out. When was this? I wasn't
This is when you came to Fort Stewart the first time.
like with him or
No.
without.
Without.
Oh, I
But
don't
we
remember.
had lunch, and that's where I ordered us all Vegas bombs.
And I did.
Oh, he snuck it into the lunch. That's not smart. Nice.
I mean, it wasn't a
Ryan,
work day.
I wish I remember that.
I
was
hardly
her
remembered.
birthday?
I just thought about it.
Oh, and happy
No,
early birthday,
Adam
Tracy.
had been-
Tracy's birthday is this
It's actually
weekend,
mine.
guys.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Um,
Wish her a happy birthday.
Yeah, she's not lying.
Early birthday.
Happy
yeah.
Hatch Day.
Right?
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Sing it. Sing it. Don't come on, you gotta bring it. Sing it. You're gonna sing it, you
No
gotta
one
bring
likes
it.
to tease.
Yeah, where's SWAT? SWAT, you close
Well,
us with
taking
some
a
live
bathroom break, I'm on the
music.
phone in 2 hours.
I'm here, but I'm about to have
Not
to check
playing?
out because I got some puppies I got to go take care of, y'all.
Uh-oh,
Aw,
y'all.
what
Y'all
kind of
should
puppies?
see puppies.
Nothing.
They're-
Well, hey, SWAT, good to meet you there, Hoss.
Do what?
Smart plan.
I said,
You
hey,
said
SWAT,
good to
SWAT,
meet
good to
you.
meet you, Hoss.
Hey,
Hoss.
good you too, brother. Thank you so
Boss
much for
hog.
sharing your music. It's good to see all of y'all, especially Miss Brandy. So, and Miss Tracy and Jason and Chris and Ryan. Nice to meet you, bro. Thank you for your
Likewise.
service. And like I said, man, hopefully one of these days we'll get to meet each other. So I will check
That'd
you
be
guys
great.
later. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Hey,
Happy
SWAT,
Valentine's,
thank
SWAT.
you. Happy Valentine's. Thanks you for hanging. Love the song. It will be on TikTok. I'll share it to
Oh,
you.
POV cam.
Oh my God, Ryan's gonna show his face.
Have a good one, brother.
I wasn't
I thought
hiding.
All right.
5
I was just
seconds
sitting
was
where
going
it's
on.
warm.
Well, hang in. Like, if you want to hang, we're fine. We're not censored. But I haven't seen Ryan's face. Like, so Ryan, like, I'm a little shell shocked right now. Like, this is me, and that's you.
You've seen
He
my
was-
face
He
before,
gave
haven't
you
you?
a shot. He went to lunch. He just told you that.
But I have no memory of that. I literally
Don't tell
don't
him that. You
remember.
think it. You don't say it.
No, he would know that. I mean, when you have
No,
a
he doesn't
mom
know that.
come,
That's why he's confused.
no, he was living with Adam, so just goes by two step, bringing me to base and telling me my son's gone. I don't remember sitting at
Yeah,
that
I
table.
wouldn't expect you to.
That's fair.
Yeah, so no, didn't had nothing to do with alcohol. It had everything to do with that knock on the door and y'all coming to me
Absolutely.
and like I blacked out. Honestly, I don't remember, and that's how I survived for a while.
Hey guys, I'm gonna cut in for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta say goodnight as well. I got an early morning meeting that I gotta get ready for.
Okay.
So
Yeah, me
but,
as well. I have to head out here shortly.
but hey, great seeing you guys on the camera. I'm glad you guys joined. We need more time like that. So keep it up. We'll continue to do more things. So
Yeah, we're not going to do scripted, but we will learn to keep it under control.
Yeah, I
How's
got to
that?
bounce too. Hey, Jason, hit me up, brother. It's good to meet you, man.
yeah,
Yep,
good to meet
get in
you.
touch
man.
with me.
Good.
Get in
Thanks
touch with
for
me,
hopping
Chris.
in.
Your buddy
Y'all
called
be
me
good.
after. Tell
All right,
Brian to
Brandon.
call me.
Oh, well, Brandy, it's good to see you, girl. It's been a minute.
It's good to see you, brother.
All
All
right,
right.
y'all be good. See ya.
Happy
All right.
Valentine's.
Check
Night.
out Chris Turner at christurnermusic.com, everybody. Good guy there in Nashville, Tennessee. Checking in with us with the Stop 22 tour with Brian Romans as well. I'm very appreciative, Brian. I look forward to talking to you, yes, about AT&T. I know what you're talking about. So you've got my number. You've got mine. Just give us a call. I'm more than happy to talk to you about that. We do have, well, he left. There's someone still on the screen that's a male that is involved in that as well. And then you have Brandy and I still here. So, Ryan, we are doing a big concert festival. So, part of that is to honor Adam, but it's really to honor everyone. So we want to include everyone. So you got to be at that. You got to be at Patriot Fest. I'll be in Nashville, May 11th at the Grove. Everybody, there is Memories of Honor is doing a 5K. It's a run. Man, I mess this up all the time. Run, walk, ruck. Run, walk, ruck. And they are honoring different soldiers. And so May 11th, Memories of Honor will be doing something, and Adam is part of that. So it's at the Grove in Franklin, Tennessee, and that is May 11th. So I'll be there. We have a full calendar. We're going to have to get our calendar out to all
For
of
real
you,
though.
between
We have
Brandy and I.
lots of updates, guys. Please stay tuned.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a lot coming down the line. It's going to be a wild year.
Brian. It is. Jason says for all of you, he loves you. Happy Valentine's Day. But Ryan, you are stuck with the best too.
I don't really feel it's stuck.
Oh,
That's fair.
okay, good.
Aw, he's all political. I love it.
He's a sweetheart. Like y'all listening, and Brandy especially. This guy right here, when I was dark times, like I just knew, like we had this connection where I was like, I just knew I could pick up the phone and not even really like as much as I knew other people, I chose him. And just something told me that I could. I just did it. And out of nowhere, it was like, it's always the perfect timing for both of us.
Yeah,
It's
that's weird,
strange.
huh?
It is strange. But man, Ryan, you have no idea, just being you. And like when you've checked in on me, you probably saved, me. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's hard. It's hard to lose a child. So I love my other children. Don't get me wrong out there. I am so grateful. I am blessed. What I mean is I did have dark times that were difficult. And Ryan, the fact that you pick up a phone or a text or something to someone, I mean, it means more to me than like $1 million. So you could not pay me.
Nah.
Yeah, you could not pay me to have anything except you checking in on Valentine's Day of all days.
Nah.
Now you're talking to Brandy. And so Brandy's going to
Oh,
have
we're gonna
me
be seeing
all
her soon.
over the United
Oh,
States.
yes, yes, yes.
And because you know me, I like to stay. I
Wait,
stay
You like? I
in.
told you I was
Kidding?
taking you with me on my damn adventures now.
I'm down. I got
Yeah,
shit going on.
You don't know what
I
you just
try-
agreed to, brother.
Hey,
But
like I
you
said,
do
I'm a
This guy
gambling
can-
man.
I do link up with me
Oh.
offline, though. I do need to speak with you about something, but my phone's about to die here shortly. Tracy, did you want
Link up on what?
do any kind of words or anything?
He said he
It's about a tattoo, bro. Do you want a tattoo or not?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
No, I said
Hey.
link up on something, and I didn't hear the on
Yeah.
something.
I said link up offline, and I've got something for you in the
oh
works. I've already been working on it.
DMs.
Yep. Not like
DMs.
weird DMs, but like activity DMs. I have an ink master looking to tattoo veterans, and I get to pick
Yeah.
them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that is true. Actually, she's telling the truth. She has a great one. She's really into that, and I'm telling you. So she's got the hooker when it comes to that. And so if
Like
we
a
can
Swiss
get you here,
Army knife of like random connections. I'll be honest.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I am too here in Reno.
oh, well, there you go. Look, it's Valentine's Day. I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I gotta get
So-
off here shortly because my phone's about to die, but I don't want to rush you.
How do
No.
I get in touch with you?
Tracy, she'll connect us.
Me,
Okay, perfect.
you know how to find me, right?
Always.
Yeah, you know how to find me, and actually, she would be easy too on here. She's on under her name, Brandy
Yeah,
Or
Pet.
my
I'm
podcast,
mean
Yes,
when
I
it
Am the
comes to
Veteran podcast,
technology
which will
and
be on
shit.
tomorrow.
So
Oh, and tomorrow is her podcast. She's on Thursday. So, Yes, I Am the Veteran podcast is on Thursday. So, we both go on at 8 in Texas or Central Time because you're what, 2 hours in front of me right now? It's only 8 o'clock.
right now
you.
it's 8:03.
Yeah, it's early for you.
Yeah, we need to get off
So-
shortly because we've been way over our time.
We haven't even hit 2 hours.
Man, we're supposed to hit 1 hour. I can't with you right now.
Oh, Ryan. You know how two-step my son is? I think that's, I have like that same joking mentality to where it almost gets at your skin so much you love them, but you hate them, but you love them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how he is.
We have that
I'm
effect
that,
on
right?
everybody. We got along
I'm
for a
kind of
reason.
that.
You
Yeah.
are that, yes.
See, Brandy's
And I leave
saying
a
I'm
damn
that.
that you act like my fucking troops sometimes. Ah.
She does say that. So it's almost like Adam and I, like we have a lot in common, except he'd knock you out. I just
I
take
think
it.
he would sit there and
But,
laugh his ass off watching me talk to you.
he was still his other nickname was Babyface. So
I believe
oh
that.
yeah. He was pretty.
yeah.
He was handsome.
Well, look at his
he
mama.
still is. Oh, he got that side from his mama. I
Of
will
course.
claim that one, not because of looks.
She's like, I claim that.
I'm claiming that one. Hey, and it's not all about looks either. It's all about the whole
The
package.
whole
So
package.
that is
correct.
my boy, my
The
son.
looks
I
will
am
fade, but
proud.
what are you after that?
Yeah, what's inside there, man? I don't want to get scared. But too many
I only
scary
love seeing-
experiences.
But
Well,
I do need to head out.
Whoever's listening to us out there, Ryan's on. Brandy, remember, is Yes, I Am the Veteran podcast. She'll be on tomorrow night. She is a veteran medic maven. We're going to call her Medic Maven tonight.
Well, I
Yes.
took a
I need
flamethrower to make
glasses.
this character, but I did resurrect it for tonight.
Oh, cool. And then we've
Yeah,
got
I
Ryan.
think
Ryan,
that's still pretty
Desert
sappy, okay.
Rogues. We got Desert Rogues in the house with Ryan, 164. And I appreciate it. It's been a great Valentine's, a great show. We've had a couple of artists on. We always appreciate it. We know the people that are out there listening right now. We have gone long, but we hope that your day is good. We wish you a happy Valentine's Day. Respect to Mr. John Swat as a co-host and singing live for us. We have an outro song, Ryan, Don't Go Away. Mrs. Pet, if you can hear us, do not go away. Both of you, Ryan, I want you to hear what we're going to play as we roll out, and then we will be offline and I can talk to you offline. So stand by. Let me play this for you specifically, Ryan. Have you actually watched the intro to the show?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't-
I want you
I
to
don't think
see it. So everybody out there looking, we are playing this because this is one of Adam's best friends with the Desert Rogues in the Army. And so I'm going to play this for you real quick, Ryan. So you got it? Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yep.
rolling. This is the intro.
Patriot, someone who was willing to give his life for his country and served honorably in Iraq.
Signed our names with no regrets. Only wanted to be the best that we could be. And we wanted this and nothing more than to be true down to the core. We thought we'd live forever, but when the full moon is bright and the wind blows just right, I can hear your voice on the wind.
Even once that I came back on the perfect day, but you know what? It's really more good to see all these supporters out here.
21 guns into the night till we meet again on the other side. 21 guns, this is goodbye till we meet again on the other side. Yeah, 21 guns.
Beautiful thing to see the family and friends come together and honor his life and his service to our country.
It's great to see you guys out here. This is awesome, really.
There you are, Ryan. That song is from Sergeant Records with Scotty Frazier. He is a Marine here in Texas. What was that like, Ryan? You'll have to get me a picture of you so I can put it in there. What was that like?
You know,
to
I
see?
did see that. You posted that on Facebook or something the other day.
Yeah, that's his intro video. So his voice, like you get to hear his voice, you
I
see
know.
him.
I see him talking. That,
Yeah, it's hard,
yeah.
right?
I'm gonna go do
Being
another Vegas
happy.
bomb now.
Aw. Well, you know what? Jason did that work. Jason was just here. So he did that for me, for Adam, and did not say, give me the money, which a lot of people do. So the fact that he did that, and then Scotty's song, he did the song for the intro. So what you have are veterans that are stepping up as, you know, they sing. We all have our talents, but you're family, man. So I had to make sure you saw that. We have an outro I'm going to play for you real quick so that everybody else isn't hanging on air right now. But I'm going to say thank you for joining Patriots Inside the Wire. Check us out on every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Happy Valentine's Day. We know it was a long one, but we had some great surprises show up. Thank you for joining us, and hold there, Ryan. I'll be right back.